Please save my soul. Please take me home. Please take me home. Can't breathe alone. Please save my soul. Please take me home. Please take me home.
You don't take no well.
All right. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel, Priest and Officer of 1,000, the Kashawan of the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hanna. Tonight's class is the Brotherhood Class, Tuesday night. How y'all do me a favor? See this camera right here? Crank it down just a little bit. The top half, yep. Right there, we good, right there, solid. Tonight's class is the Brotherhood Class. We do this class each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Here on the ISUPK Atlanta YouTube, Facebook page, and also now streaming on Instagram. Tonight, we're going to talk about voting. This is something that Black voters should absolutely want to listen to tonight, okay? Black voters, spread the word. Let brothers and sisters know that this class is specifically catered to them tonight, because a lot of you don't know this, but voting and not voting is in the Bible. You understand? And I know you don't understand that, which is why we have to have the Brotherhood class to teach you what it is in the Bible and to teach you to not do it. Voting is a very white custom. It is not a Black custom or Hispanic custom. It's the ways of America. For those of you that don't know, Christ was unalive because of a vote. And now you want to sit here and go, well, listen, you know what? I'm a vote. I'm going to vote. It don't work like that. You understand? Don't work like that at all. But tonight we're going to get into it. Questions in the room online. Anybody got something? Let's see. I don't see nothing online. That YouTube, nothing. Okay, we'll filter it out as we go along tonight. Like I said, we stream it on IG as well too. We're going to get it going tonight. Just so for those of you that don't know, we're going to talk about Kamala Harris too, because if you didn't know, she's in Atlanta tonight. She's doing her presidential campaign rally, and I had the disprivilege and the dishonor of watching this garbage on the way here, right? And it was so hilarious because while the people were waiting and they holding their signs up and all that stuff, this rally was playing the Migos. Yet again, here we go with another politician who is not Black. I hate to break that to you, doing everything that she possibly can to get that Black vote, which lets you know automatically that she's not black, because why would a black person have to fight for your vote? Why would they have to placate to you in such a way? That sounds like a move only for a white person to do. You understand? We already, if you go to our TikTok page, we already broke down her lineage. Okay, that woman, that's a white woman, regardless of what the color of her skin looks like. Her dad, his dad, and his dad before him, if you go all the way up that chain of her father, all of them are Edomites, the so-called white man. Okay, and she's the direct descendant of a slave owner, a direct descendant of one, which will help you understand more clearer what her position is as it pertains to locking up black and Hispanic men and women. You understand? So if you want to go out there and you want to support this sister, you will then be supporting her destroying our people. You understand? Who's that? Who you got up there, Kaya? Okay, I got you. Got you. Let's get this class started. You got any questions, Troop? Just let me know, all right?
Kanawaka.
All right.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, go ahead. You got it. Go ahead and make a comment. Rock out.
Kanawaka. I was just up here working an event. It's a damn Kamala Harris event, man. It done turned into a circus up here.
Yeah. I saw it. Officer Yermaya, I can't believe they're here in Atlanta. Sent me the video of her. She's down here tonight. You know, I wasn't even aware of that at first, but then now that I know that she's down here, that's even more heavy that this class is going on at the exact time that she's down here.
Kanawaka. It's like I see some. They having I see some people, like some Palestinian people across the street having like a what you call it, like they like got beating on the drums and talking about free Palestine, and they talk about all having like a what do you call it, like a they having like a little they got their own little thing going on. It's like turning into a shit show down here. They basically cussing out Kamala Harris down here.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be doing more than that. You understand? They'll be doing more than that. That's good, brothers. Who's this chiming in on here? Okay, I got you. Let's crack this open real fast. Give me Deuteronomy 17 and 15 real fast. We got a brother in the classroom, so troopers chiming in. We got somebody reading in the building, so that's cool. We all right. But you definitely want to put this down in your precept books. Deuteronomy 17 and 15. This is the first precept as it pertains to voting and setting over you somebody of authority. Last time I checked, we have a king. You understand? We have a king. And the problem is that society does not acknowledge this fact. So what they tend to do is they look towards a nation to save us, and they do it in the form of a vote. So they'll vote hoping that somebody from this particular nation can save us, which is in the Bible as well. You got that for me, bro? Okay, go ahead and read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
Stop right there. One from among thy brethren. Somebody that is like you. You understand? Christ is a black man from the tribe of Judah. This is our brethren. This is our brother. You understand? And now, what this scripture is about to say is even heavier as it pertains to us voting for somebody who is not of our brethren, not of our kind, but now we're setting them over us as some type of authority and some type of figure in order for us to be straight. We shouldn't do that. Keep going.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
You are not supposed to set a stranger over you. That is not your brother at all. You understand? You're not supposed to do that. What's the context we're talking about here? Voting. Because how do you even set a king over you? You have to vote. You have to there has to be a questioning amongst the people, right? There has to be a questioning to say, well, hey, listen, who it's like in high school when you vote for prom king and prom queen. Same thing. Captain of the football team. All these things take a vote. People raise their hand, you say yay or nay, you cast your vote That's what voting is. That's the essence of what voting is. And the Lord said to not do it at all. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking because, you know, we're the same, right? You're thinking, well, Obama was one of us. I got a news flash for you. Obama is not us at all. And we can also prove that as well. Give hey Kaya, you got a Bible dictionary? I mean the Zondervan? Oh, it's up there? Cool. People on YouTube, let us know if you can hear me clearly. All right, make sure I don't want no mic issues tonight. I see everybody over here on what's the name. Okay. What you want to do to break down things like this, you're going to need a Zondervan Bible dictionary. All right. This is what you're going to need in order to understand and break down things like we're about to do. Okay. Now, we know in here that Obama is a Hamite. A Hamite is your so called African. Okay. Now, Africans and Black people are two separate races. We are not the same at all. If you ask an African if they're Black, they'll tell you that they're not. As a matter of fact, if you do ask an African where they're from, they don't even say Africa because that's the continent that they're from. Okay. They will tell you the specific country where they're actually from. If you ask somebody, they'll say Ethiopia, Sudan, Nigeria, you name it. That's what they'll say, right? Because that's where they're from. All right. There are 52 countries, if I'm not mistaken, in the continent alone. So for these people that go, well, I'm Black, you African Americans that say you Black, okay, well, I mean, you say that you're African, where from where? Because the African knows that you're not the same, right? As it pertains to Obama in Deuteronomy 17 and 15, he's a Hamite, he's not a brother, and we'll prove it. In your Zondervan Bible Dictionary, what you're going to want to do is go to Ham. All right. And it's in alphabetical order, so it's not hard to find. This is it at the bottom. It's already highlighted. You want to take a crack at this, brother? You want to read this? Come on, brother. You all right? We've been some breakdowns real fast. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to read about Ham, who is in the Bible. Okay, because these races, they come from somewhere. Every race comes from somewhere, and they were not called what they are called today. Okay, they used to have names, which is why you don't see American in the Bible, and you don't see Puerto Rican, and you don't see none of that. But these things have an origin, and we're going to find out the origin of Ham. Go ahead, read that.
Ham, youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood. One of 8 persons, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Right.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
He became the what?
The progenitor of the dark races.
He became the progenitor of the dark races. Progenitor is the beginner, like the brother that started, right? There's a specific word for it, right? But the originator, let's just use that, all right? Of the dark races. Of the dark races, this is the heavy part. Go ahead.
Not the Negro.
Not the what?
Not the Negro.
One more time.
Not the Negro.
So Ham is the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. So we're going to find out now who he is the progenitor of, which is the father of. Go ahead and read.
But the Egyptians,
Ethiopians,
Libyans, and Canaanites. Genesis chapter 10, verse 6 to 20.
Shalom. Those are your Nigerians. That whole West African region right there, that's Nigeria. And if you look up what Obama's father is African from Kenya, if I'm not mistaken. He is not our brother at all. And you have to go by the seed of your father. Numbers 1 and 18. We go over this all the time when we do this class. That's important to know. And we would usually get heat on the internet for this because people will go, well, what about the mother, man? The mother adds absolutely nothing as it pertains to lineage at all. And I'm going to make myself very clear about that because these people on TikTok, you don't know anything. If I was a white man giving you this information, you wouldn't question it at all. You wouldn't question it. If it was a white man sitting up here right now and told you you were the seed of your father, Black and Hispanic and Native Indigenous people won't question it at all. But because there's a Negro up here telling you, I must not know what I'm talking about. You want to argue with me, and then you'll argue about the one drop rule, which was created by a white man. That's not even concrete at all. Because what the hell implies a one drop of what? They go blood. Okay, well, we all have blood. Dogs have blood. That doesn't mean anything. You are the seed of your father. Men give the seed. If I take an apple seed and I plant it into the ground, what type of tree grows? Oh, you can say. The apple tree grows. If I plant an orange seed into the ground, an orange tree grows. It's not mixed half orange, half dirt. It doesn't work like that. Sisters, that is not diminishing your role in childbirth at all. You do an amazing job. Go ahead, push that thing out. Let's raise this family, okay? But you don't add anything as far as the lineage. That kid is going to be what I am because the seed comes from me into you. I'm the baker's man. I make the dough. I put it into the oven. It comes out as bread. It ain't got nothing else in it. Now, it may look different because, of course, when dough is cooking inside of an oven, it gets a certain type of way. You know, the heat transforms it from that soft thing that it once was, and then it transforms it to something totally different. That's where you come in. But by any means, you don't give the child its nationality. Let it go. And that would then fix the confusion that we have, which is why we even vote. Because Black people, Black voters, are voting for this woman who is not even a sister at all. What makes her a sister? Nobody could even tell you. Like, oh, I don't know. So dad? Okay. What was his father? His father's white. That eliminates the confusion. The Lord is not the author of confusion at all. We're the ones creating the confusion by talking about mixed. And because of that, this white woman is getting your support wholeheartedly, which goes to show you spiritually, she's white. That is a white woman because our people won't support our own. The amount of support that Kamala Harris is getting, that goes to show you she's not Black. Because how many Black people even support Black people like this? You don't. You know how many restaurants in Atlanta alone fail because Black people don't want to support Black people? If it was a white owner, American Deli is owned by Asians, but they got Issachar back there, Mexicans working. You support that. That goes to show you. You supported Obama in the same way because spiritually, you don't love your people, man. You don't. You jump down our throat when we give you the information because we're Black. If I was Kamala Harris or Obama saying it, you wouldn't even bat an eye, which goes to show you your loyalty. Sisters can't even support the damn WNBA. And you mean to tell me come on, man. Go ahead, brother Sesalaki. Hey, Shalom. Hey, what's going on, Marvel? So you Tawab? Okay, solid. Give me a Deuteronomy 17 and 15 again from the top. And we're going to break it all the way down. We'll go right through it. Go ahead. No, because it requires more work. That's why. You understand? Mawasar brought out so heavy because it's absolutely true. We supposed to set over us. First of all, Yahweh Mashiach with Jesus Christ, that's our king. There's a lot of work that you have to put in for your king to return to his people. It's a lot of work. We don't do this. We don't go and do this work to die to go up there. We do this work to bring Christ here. That's the point, right? It's a lot of work to do that. You got to follow the law, you got to follow the statutes, you got to follow the commandments. That's a heavier burden, to your point, Mawasar, about how brothers and sisters flake and fall off because they don't want to put in that work. That Bible, that's our Constitution. It contains the law, statutes, and commandments, but our people don't want to follow that for our king. What they choose to do is they'll follow the U.S. Constitution, the law, the statutes, and their commandments for their king, or now I guess queen, or whatever the hell you want to call this dragon, Kamala Harris and or Donald Trump, Biden and Obama too. They'll follow the Constitution of the United States because they want the white man to be their daddy. That's their king. You understand? They won't run a red light, because when you run a red light, what are you doing? You're breaking the law. They won't do that. They'll eat shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster, though. They'll definitely do that. When you run that red light, you don't say, well, God knows your heart, do you? You don't say that. Oh, well, he know I ain't. You wouldn't even dare run the red light because you don't want to piss off white daddy. I know, I understand. But you should be more worried about black dad, because black dad has the authority and the power to destroy us. What happened? Go ahead. Somebody said Salaki.
No, that's not, I don't know what you're saying. Heavy, Adawan. That's real heavy. The way you put it, because look, both Trump and Harris, you know, they're things in the same state.
For sure. And brothers, I heard this online too a couple of times. Somebody said the lesser of two evils, right? Here's the funny thing, Christians. I'm going to explain something to you. When you say the lesser of the two evils, guess what? Both of them are evil. The both. So even if you pick one who you feel and deem as the less, it's still evil. It's not, sisters. You wouldn't do that with a black man. Would you do that with your dating history? If you had two brothers to pick from, and you go, well, which one's the lesser of the two evils? You wouldn't even go pick them just based off of that. You wouldn't even go pick brothers. Same thing to you. Oh, nah, man. I talked to a brother today. Oh, was it today? No, yesterday. I was at the slavery, right? I talked to a brother. This brother told me, he's like, I don't date Sister Joe. That's too much work. So you already know where he was going with that, right? So just for giggles, I said, what kind of woman you date? He said, white woman, man. He said it with such passion, like like the Savior has arrived, you know? He was like, I talk to white women, brother. I mean, you a traitor, man. Ain't no, I would not trade in no sister. I would not trade in a sister for a dog. I wouldn't do it. And I advised him that he shouldn't do it either. Regardless to whether that sister, our sister, runs her mouth and she's a dragon, I'd rather deal with the flames of that dragon than to take the bite of that dog right there, with rabies, by the way. Because that bite is coming with something. You better believe that. As soon as the police show up, that new white woman that you got, that K9, this is gonna show out for sure. Go ahead, Mawasar. Oh yeah, man. You know. Oh yeah, you done. Once she calls her owner, you done. That K9 unit is over for you, brother. You might as well just call it a night. All right, let's get that preset, brother. Go ahead. 17 to 15. That's you. You got it, bro? You. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Deuteronomy 17 to 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
That's the first of all, those lines right there. Thou shalt in any wise set him a king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set over you as a king. That's the first thing that you have to understand. That part right there. If you're gonna do it, do it from the standpoint of this brother being from your brethren, from your elk, from your kinsman, i.e. Christ. Okay? That's what you should do. That's first and foremost. We already have a king. The fact that we're even going to submit ourselves to vote is a direct insult. You understand? Keep going, brother.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee,
Mm-hmm.
which is not thy brother.
Listen, that devil is not our brother. No, Trump, Biden, that big-headed Obama, his daughter, none of that, man. None of that. Keep this in your mind, black voters. Keep it in your mind. Now that you heard it, because you swear, you love the Bible until you open it, which is why the Bible in your house has dust all over it. You understand? You have to now be taught over again, just like a baby. Our parents gave us guidelines on things to do and things not to do. You abide by that, right? Cool, no sweat. The Lord gave us those same do's and don'ts either. Our parents are supposed to teach us that, but we don't listen. And let me ask you, black voters, a question. This is something that is now going around on social media a little bit, right? My question is this to every black voter, and then we're going to do a little game in this room because I like to do things a little bit differently sometimes. Okay? What in the hell are you voting for? What are you voting for? What do black people even want? Somebody look up, somebody online. How many brothers we got online, Kaya? It's a good amount of people on that line? Okay. Anybody online, right? I don't know if these people vote. I'm not sure. What the hell are black people asking for? And we're gonna play a game. And anybody can spitball it. It's open to the room. Go ahead. Equality. Okay. Kaya, you got one? Reparations. That's a good one. Reparations. Lower taxes. Okay. What else they voting for? High paying jobs. That's an excellent one. Give me some more. Abortion. That's another one, right? The right to choose. Right? I hear you. Anything else anymore? It's a couple, right? Okay. Now, somebody please look up when black people got the right to vote. Now, you better put an 8 on that. Probably. I don't know. Somebody look it up. Look up when did black people get the right to vote. All you got to do is look it up on Google. People online on Instagram, please feel free to chime in. People on YouTube and Facebook, chime in, man. I'm trying to get the whole room engaged. Let's get the whole room engaged so we can show the world their transgressions, as the scriptures say. That's Isaiah 58:1. Look up, when did black people get the right to vote? And I'm going to even put it in the damn thread. You're going to look that up real fast. Ma, saw you too, brother. You vote for equality. Been voting for weed. You've been voting for lower taxes. You also been voting for, like the brother said, equality, which is absolutely that's the one I really wanted. That's the one I really wanted. Because somebody told me on TikTok that said our ancestors died for the right to vote, and I'm gonna prove you wrong right now. I'm gonna prove you wrong right now. Nobody got it? All right, I got to look it up. All right. Look it up. You said what?
1964.
Okay. So since 1964, black people had the right to vote. Okay. Since 1964, whatever that math is, I'm assuming it's maybe 50. Oh, damn, 60, maybe 60 some odd years, something like that. 70, we're at the best. What has changed for black people? We've been voting since 1964. Go ahead. Not a damn thing. Nothing. We're not equal to the brothers point about equality. We don't have higher, better jobs based on what brothers Akim saying in the room. Everything you vote for, it doesn't happen. We had to have a civil rights movement in the 60s. just for the oppressor to be civil. Do you know what the word civil means? Look up the word civil. It just means to be human. We had to fight for a right for white people to be civil, decent human beings. And you black voters out there on TikTok are saying that our ancestors died for the right to vote. You believe that? You believe in your mind that our ancestors who were lynched, beat to high hell, had their kids stripped away from them, had the kids unalived in front of them, you name it. We died for the right to vote? And vote for what? For nothing? Our ancestors didn't die for the right to vote. Our ancestors died because we were in an oppression. And then in the 60s, we were fighting just for our oppressor to be civil, which is why it's called the Civil Rights Movement. We just wanted to be treated the same. Since 1964 to 2024, are we the same? No, we are not. History has proven that nothing will change that. Nothing. But you keep voting because you're trying to look for hope. Maybe if I vote, maybe things will be different. And every year, your stupid criteria gets even more ridiculous. You know how many times we battle people and they'll say things like this. They'll go, oh, well, man, you got to vote, man. So you go, okay, great. You vote, right? With that vote at the top, you know how many subsidiaries underneath that you got to vote for just to get it right? Then they'll say, well, you got to vote for at the low level first. And then you know how many times you got to vote in order to get the right people all in that? Man, come on, man. In order for what? For the oppressor to be civil, to just to be human towards us? We got to do all of that? All of that just for them to not unalive us on camera. Guess what, black voters? Here's something else that you didn't know. You voted for Obama, right? You went against Deuteronomy 17 and 15. You voted for Obama. Obama listened to your cries, right? We need change. We need justice. What did he do? He implemented the body camera. Here's a question for all you black voters out there, right? Here's a question. Did it help us at all? Did it change anything? Because the purpose of the body camera was to get the whole story of what happened before we got unalive, right? Did it change a damn thing? No, it didn't. But it did, however, televise now our deaths on TV. It'd be like us going live right now and somebody comes in here and unalive me. You know, you get the point. I'm making a point. You understand? Appreciate the passion. You understand? We are now watching our people get unalived. That is no different from the 60s, and that is no different from slavery. Because in slavery, we had to stand and gather around with our eyes to watch one of our brothers or sisters or the children be unalive. We had to witness it. We had to witness it. They made us witness it. Okay? Then you fast forward to the 60s. Civil rights. They lynching people, man. Kicking people in the face, beating my brothers and sisters up, and the children too. And they made us watch. They made us watch it, right? This didn't change anything. We still were watching it. Philando Castile, Eric Garner, you name it. Rodney King, for God's sakes. Oh, I forgot about him. Watching our people get beat up. What the hell did the body camera do for us? It didn't help us. You voted for that. Congratulations. You voted for it. Now they get to stream it on goddamn YouTube now. Now you can watch Sonia Massey all over TikTok and have black people debate if she had a pot in her hand or not. Here's the kicker, though. Your sister was unalived. That's the bigger picture. Regardless of whether she had a damn pot in her hand or not, a sister was unalived by a police officer who just so happens to be of the Caucasian persuasion, right? And on top of that, all of the rhetoric and the things that he said during that and after it, that's what we should be focused on. But we're not. We're focusing on our people. What did we do? Oh man, what did we do? She picked up a damn pot, man. Who cares? That's worth getting. That's worth getting unalived. That you think that big racist Edomite was worried about boiling water? He's the devil. He should be used to it, right? You think he worried about that as a cop? Top ramen broth. He worried about that. Here's a kicker. Here's a kicker for you. What did they do to Dylan Roof? They took his ass to Burger King. You keep voting for this change that is never going to come. Go ahead, Mavasar.
No, I'm so happy that you're bringing it out because y'all think that devil was worried about. He was only worried about if he was going to get a chance to unalive somebody. That was his only thing. That was his excuse.
Come on, man. You already know that,
right?
You heard what he was saying. You heard what he was saying when after he did it. Even before he did, he's like, I'll take your damn head off, man. That ain't nothing. That's the same story, man. That's the same song over and over again with Black and Hispanic and Native Indigenous people. It's the same story over and over again. Years, time has spanned and stretched out, but it's just doing a loop like this. It's in a loop. The scriptures say there's no new thing under the sun. Black people getting unalived by the oppressor is nothing new. It has been happening and it continues to happen. You're allowing it to happen when you vote. You're allowing it to happen because you're voting. You're going that little booth and you voting for hope and change because you see what happens to us. And you know the pain. Let me tell you something. When things like that happen, there's a feeling amongst Black people. And I know the last situation that happened, I forget what that brother's name was. I was looking it up a couple days ago. It hit Black people different. We was like, damn. When that Alabama brawl happened, Black people, Hispanic people, Native Indigenous people in unison felt that. We were like, yo, this is crazy, man. Because we got to see yet again another situation where the oppressor tried it, but this time there was a rebellion. And we all got excited for that. We like, yeah, we fighting back. Yeah, now we're not condoning violence. However, you are going to defend yourself. You understand? But that feeling that we all felt in unison, that's what we got to feel every time goddamn 4 years come around and Black people go, I'm going to the booth. Damn the booth, man. Sonia Massey, Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland, countless others that I will never forget, but you do. Ancestors upon ancestors are getting unalive and lynched from trees. And you going into a damn booth hoping for change from the very descendant of the person who unalived us in the beginning? So smart. So smart. Sisters, you date a Black man, you'll scan. Listen, if a sister right now gets with a Black man, she's going to judge you based off her dating history of other Black men, right? The same thing with brothers. You get with a sister, oh man, because you know the ways of an adulterous woman. You know the ways of a whore, right? And then with the sisters, they'll look at you. I know how brothers like you operate. I've been with brothers like you. Why we don't take that same energy as it pertains to Esau? In all of his characteristics and all of the history that he's laid down. So that way, when we look at another Edomite, the so-called white man, when we look at the new one that comes around, we should go, I know your history, man. I know your history, man. Yeah, you're gonna talk and say smooth stuff. You're gonna dab and you're gonna eat chicken and pull hot sauce out of your bag. I know this trick. I know, but we tend to use that tactic on each other when we're not each other's enemy at all. You understand? Let me get on Ecclesiasticus 34 and 6. We're gonna rip open the Apocrypha really quickly. All right. Mama, so you had something to bring out? I thought I heard you say Salakia. If not, there ain't no sweat. Any questions online, Kaya? We good?
Yes, a lot.
Go ahead.
I mean, that's so heavy. And it's like, people, our brains we've been so brainwashed that it's like she was in the wrong. But for a lot of us, it's like you said, well, why she hold the pot up? Why she this, that, and the third, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm concerned about. Right, she's the victim. How is the victim to blame? Like, and it's always happening. It's like the more we vote, the worse we get.
Let me tell you something. You ain't lying. I think the scriptures also said that we need to come out of this deep sleep. That's what voting is, man. Voting is listen. We've been in this damn sleep since we got the right to vote. That we've been in that since we got the right to vote. The scripture also say, remember the days. The scripture also says, remember the days of old. You got to remember Sandra Bland. You got to remember. You got to remember Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Redwood and Blackwall. You got to remember these things, man. You can't. Why is it that the Jewish man, he don't forget the Holocaust, right? Your American, he don't forget 9/11. They tell us to forget Tulsa, Oklahoma. They tell us to forget Lake Lanier and all this history. They tell us to forget. They tell us to forget that. I ain't gonna forget. I make sure every day that I don't forget. And we should raise our families to not forget. Because that pain is what unites us. The scriptures say, Ecclesiastes 7:7 says, oppression maketh the wise man mad. We are mad because we know we're oppressed. If you walking around bubbly and happy, talking about, oh yeah, God woke me up today. Oh yeah. You living in a bubble in a fantasy world. Look out the window. One of your brothers is being unalived and you're recording it and doing nothing about it. But instead, you'll march up to the damn street for Pride Month and you'll march up the street for Asians. Where's your passion for your people? Esau has a formula and a strategy that he uses, and we need to start paying attention to those characteristics. Because what they do is they'll come in and they sell you a dream. And they sell you sweet and kind words. Meanwhile, there's a viciousness and a ferociousness about them, a very cunning hunter-like, just animalistic nature to them that's only out for one thing, and the one thing is to destroy us. You got that precept for me, brother? Yeah, Khan, yep.
Verse 4 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
If they be not sent from the Most High.
We already went over Deuteronomy 17 and 15, right? We already went over that. This is a direct precept to 17 and 15 as it pertains to setting people over you, watching who's coming towards you, things of that nature, and trusting people who are not your people. Go ahead, keep going.
Thy visitation.
Mm-hmm.
Set not thy heart upon them.
Don't set your heart and all your dreams and your mind upon a nation of people who the Lord didn't send for you. He gave us into the hands of the enemy. He not sending them to save us. How in the hell did you mean to tell me the Lord put us in this captivity, right, for disobeying him, but now the very person he gives it to, we supposed to look at for savior? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. We were put in this position for a very specific reason. No different from Egypt. The Lord rose Pharaoh up just to tear him down so that way we could believe that he exists. So that way his name rings all throughout Israel, man, through history. That's in the Bible. I'm paraphrasing, of course. You understand? Keep going.
For dreams have deceived many.
Say what?
For dreams have deceived many.
Say that one more time.
For dreams have deceived many.
Those dreams of equality, as the brother so eloquently put it, and higher paying jobs and lower taxes and the right this and you got this, those are dreams. And dreams deceive many. And that's exactly how they come up to you. That's exactly how they do it. They sell you right now. I was telling the Akim before I got here, right? Downtown Atlanta somewhere, Kamala Harris or Kamala or Chameleon, whatever her name is, she's downtown doing her presidential blah, blah, blah campaign rally, right? It's live. If you go to the beginning, she's playing the Migos. She playing to me, walking like I'm talking. And these people in the background dancing. Yeah, she black. She playing, walking like I'm talking. Right? And she gonna get on that stage. I haven't seen it all the way. She gonna get on that stage and sell a dream tonight. She probably might say, "Hey man, where my niggas at? Yeah, put your hands in the air and vote like you just don't care." That's what she gonna do tonight. Watch. She gonna dab and do the moonwalk and eat chicken and pull things out of her bag that black people could relate to because we're so ignorant that we're sold on dreams. Sisters, that's how you get game. You get sold on a dream. Brothers too. We get sold on a dream. But dreams deceive many. Keep going.
They have failed.
Uh-huh.
That put their trust in them.
And we have failed. You understand? We put our trust into them. They fail. They always do, which is the reason why I asked specifically for the year that we had the right to vote. I was going to go back further and say, when the hell did we become free? But technically, we ain't. Absolutely. Any brothers online and sisters online feel free? I don't. You know what freedom is for us? Here's what freedom is for us, right? We call the white man the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's freedom. And you black voters out there can't say that because you're too afraid. That's real freedom and real power. But the Lord gave us that. Not Biden, not Obama, not Kamala, Chameleon, whatever her name is. None of them gave us, even though they say in their constitution, you have the freedom of speech. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that bizarre? And we don't. Until you come into the truth. And you know who you are. And you feel stronger every time you come through here. You go, damn, man, I'm a Judite. I'm a Gadite. I know who I am now. I'm not a goddamn African American, or I'm not an African, or whatever the hell you, Nuwabian, or whatever you calling yourself. You understand? Because those titles keep you in fear too. Because you have a bubble over you, like a title over you. Now it's like, well, what do I do? What can I say? Nothing. Come up in here, cry aloud, spare not. Lift your voice up like a trumpet and show Israel their transgressions and their sins. That's freedom. And that's love too. Read that again from the top.
4, verse
6.
6.
Yep.
If they be not sent from the Most High.
If they're not sent from the Most High, Kamala Harris is not sent from the Most High, although they'll come to you in the name, oh yeah, the Lord, hey, yeah, these people send me, and neither is Martin Luther King either. Let me get that out the way too. The Lord ain't sending him to us to save us. Are you crazy? How'd that work out? What did he do wrong? He slept with white women. You think the Lord sent him to save us, and he's sleeping with the enemy? You think the Lord sent Kamala Harris as a pretend sister, and she's sleeping with the enemy? Yeah, you do. The Lord didn't send them to save us. He gave us to them. You understand? To prove a point. And it's getting very clear. Keep going.
In thy visitation, said not thy heart upon them.
Verse
The dreams have deceived many.
Mm-hmm.
They have failed to put their trust.
Listen, man. Listen. I know a Christian somewhere going to take this precept and use it to their spouse. It's not about your spouse. It's not about your spouse at all. This is about the people that you set over you as it pertains to Deuteronomy 17 and 15. These are the people that you set over you that you're not supposed to do. Your trust is supposed to go into the Lord, man. That's where your trust lies. Through that filters down through this thing that we're doing, which is called brotherhood. Because it's lawful. It's an order. Outside, there's no order. There's no brotherhood. There's no sisterhood. There's chaos outside of these doors, man. We don't call this the home of the truth and the safe haven for our people for nothing. You understand? Let me ask some questions. I'm gonna ask a very heavy question. We're gonna play a little game real fast, okay? I need a volunteer. Brother, got you right here. I'm going to pretend that I'm a slave. That woke up in this year, and I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you tell me what the answers are. All right? Y'all ready? Watch this. Brother, you ready? What's your name again, Brother Floggy? Nahalai. Gotcha. All right, here we go. Damn, man, what year is this? Man, things look different here. Damn. What, what? It's black people? Are we free? Do they still do they still beat us? Damn. Do they lynch us? Damn. Do gee, do plantations exist? Damn. And you said this is the year. This is the future. Ain't nothing changed. That's the point. Nothing. The only difference is now we're voting for the whip cracker now. We're voting for him now. You got two whip crackers on a plantation. We go, which one beats me less? He gives me food, and this one gives me crumbs off of a goddamn table. He sweeps the crumbs on the floor, and I pick them up. On what? Which one treats me just a little bit? That's what we're doing right now. Go ahead, Marvel. So I heard you. Marvel, so go ahead, brother. I heard you.
I just want to say, I'm still trying to, for the past, trying to figure out
Where we do what from?
Sir?
Go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Oh, fuck you. Now I'm saying, for the past 4 years since I've been in the school, and the truth, I'm still trying to figure out what we're free from. Everybody keeps saying we free to vote, we free to make choices of our own and all this and that. But are we truly free?
No. The hell is what is the freedom to vote? What the hell does that even mean? Oh, you get the right to pick if you want Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Great. That's we got the freedom to choose what we want to eat. Good job. Yeah, we had to we had to go through all that hell just to have the right to choose whether we want Pepsi or Coca-Cola. That's great, ain't it? Ain't freedom of choice so goddamn hilarious? Don't it feel good to be able to walk into a store? You know, you walk into the store and there's no harassment at all. I'm winking underneath there. That's a joke. We go into a store, no harassment, okay? And we have the freedom to choose the potato chips that we want to eat. Oh, and gas. We could get our own gas. There's nothing different. Slaves were not allowed to read. We read the Bible. What do people do? Same thing. Oh man, here they come. Oh man, you don't read that book, man. Take the book. You shouldn't read that. They're telling us now we can't read. Same thing. They done took books out of your school. Guess what, people? They took books out of the kids' school. Think that's by coincidence? It's not. There is no new thing under the sun. And it's a vicious cycle that goes like this. Until we break this cycle, we're going to keep repeating the same process over and over again. It's like a woman being in a battered relationship with a man. He's going to keep beating you because you allow it. And you can sit there and go, oh, well, it's going to be better today. Well, today's his birthday. Maybe he won't come home all drunk. Oh, you have to leave. You understand? Separate. Go into another place. Get some help. You have to break the cycle. Brothers, you keep picking the same woman ignorantly because you refuse to break the cycle. We rather deal with the demon that we know. You heard that expression before? We rather deal with that demon because it's so old, comfortable, and so familiar. It's a familiar spirit, which is why we continue to go through. We know that demon very well because we're so goddamn afraid to break that cycle and to step out. But when you come into the truth, that is breaking the cycle. Getting down in all black. Our sisters are not the same what they were in the world. The brothers are not the same. We are strong. We stand as strong as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people, and the world is afraid of that. You know why? Because we're not smiling and dancing and voting. They talk down about us because we don't vote. They'll say something's wrong with us. When nigga, we looking at you like, what the hell's wrong with you? You like voting for the master? You like that? The scripture said you can't serve two masters. You're going to either love one or hate the other. When you choose to vote, you choose this guy. You choose Biden over the Lord when you do that. You know why? Because you won't break no constitutional laws. No. You're not going to run a light. You're not going to unalive anybody. You're not going to do none of that because white daddy has a punishment waiting for you. But because you love and follow his law, you ignore the laws of your real father. It happens every single time because that's too tough. Because you don't see black dad, so it's easier to disrespect him. You see white dad everywhere. Where's white dad? He's on your money. Every debit card you got, that's him. That's his name. Chase P. Morgan, all that garbage. There's a statue of him. There's streets named after him. There's a mountain down here, Stone Mountain. He every damn where. And you feel like he's watching you. Oh no! Oh, wait, let me not break the sign. He got cameras all over the goddamn cameras all over the street lights and all, just watching you, keeping you in order. Even though you don't see him physically and you can't touch him physically, white daddy's always around, waiting to punish you, waiting to unalive you. When there's a father that we really have that cares about us, that will do worse when you want to serve this stepdaddy. You understand? That's the point. All right, where we at? There's more on that precept? Okay, no sweat. Give me I want to jump down to something real fast. Psalm Troopers, you're not supposed to break nothing down. If you want to do something, bring more people into the class. You know how like your family introduced you to a new church? Oh, you gotta check out my church. Tell them to come check this out. They owe you a favor anyway. You understand? You got Psalms 146 and 3? Okay.
Psalms 146 and verse 3.
Yeah.
Put not your trust in prince.
Stop right there. What's a prince? What's a prince? God, right. Authoritative figure. It says put not your trust into princes, right? Who are the princes of today? And they sit with laws and books and ordinances to give to the people, which is what a prince would do. We are the prince of the power. When Christ returned, we established that power and we rule over these nations in the same exact way they're ruling right now. You understand? Keep going.
Nor in the Son of Man.
Nor in the Son of Man, right? What does that mean? Because technically, we all sons of man. These princes, you understand, those are your authoritative figures. But also, there's a Son of Man. These are these people that walk around here, your so-called leaders. The ones that ain't really in no position of power, but they speak on behalf of the people in power. You understand? Don't put your trust into them either. Those are the ones who walk around advocating for the people that are in power. Your Democrats, your Republicans, those little foot soldiers that do all the little work, knocking on your damn door when you get home from work, asking you, do you vote? You know, you should come check this out, man. Come to this meeting, man. We're going to tell you about this. I'm good. Shalom. Keep going.
In whom there is no help.
Say it again.
In whom there is no help.
Now read 3 smooth all the way through.
Verse 3. not your trust in prince, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help.
Stop voting. You're not getting no help. You're not getting it. You put your trust into everything that ever came out of a politician's mouth, yet there's no help. It ain't none coming, man. You put your trust in the police. How'd that work out for Sonia Massey? Unalive. Gone. I thought we called them for help. It used to be a time, I guess, you could call them, hey, man, 911, hey, what's your emergency? Yeah, okay, there's something's going on. They come over, they unalive you. She didn't wake up that morning like, damn, man, I'm going to get unalive later today. By the people who said they're supposed to protect and serve. Crazy, right? But we put our trust into them. Ignorantly. Kamala Harris ain't no different. She's locking up black men like crazy. She has a history of it. She's a joke. Biden, Trump, all of them. Make no mistake about it. We don't care about Trump either. That's a separate class. You understand? We don't care about none of them. It's been like 44, 46 presidents that our people have been trusted in for some type of help and leadership, yet we get nothing. We get the same, man. We just want to be treated fairly. We want Black Lives Matter. How'd that work out? Didn't. All that for nothing. And we put our trust into that too. Make no mistake about it. Those three lesbians them three LGBTQ community people that ran that organization and stole money from black people put their trust into them too. They were selling dreams. Farrakhan sold dreams. Million Man March to where? Hell, that didn't help us. We put our trust in these people, man. And it's getting us nowhere. Keep going.
Verse 4. His breath goeth forth.
He speaks. Keep going.
He returneth to the earth.
He goes back home. Keep going.
In that very day, his thoughts perish.
And that very day, his thoughts perish. He's going to go out like a politician. They're going to dab and they're going to sing and they're going to dance and eat chicken. After he's done selling you a pipe dream, dummy, he's going back home. And those very thoughts of you, they go away. All of that, it goes absolutely away because he don't care to begin with. You understand? That don't happen with us. We live in a sea of sorrow every day. This video we played before class started, right? It's a series we have on this page. It's called The Dark Side. This particular series is focused on fatherhood. This is a story about Black fathers, okay? The demons that we battle. You don't know what it's like to have a child stripped away from you. You understand? This is the problem in America. Who's helping these fathers, though? Nobody. We go through alcohol abuse, depression, you name it. Who's helping Black dads out? The court system? No. We get put down under. Brothers don't pay child support. You done, brother. You done. They're going to take your license, take your job, and then because you can't pay the goddamn arrears, you go into jail. You got to pay to be a father in this godforsaken place we're in right now. You got to pay to be a dad. You got to pay for it. Something that costs no money to do, you got to pay now. Thanks to the oppressor. But once he goes sells a dream, he going back to the crib, man. And he going to forget about it. Where Black people, the thoughts and the trauma never leaves us, even though we pretend like it doesn't exist. Keep going. Verse 5.
Verse 5. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help.
Read that one more time.
Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help. That's
who we're supposed to go to. The God of Jacob, the Most High. That's who Black people. And notice it says the God of Jacob. It didn't say the God of Ishmael. It didn't say the God of Moab for all you people that believe in that fat little Buddha looking, Dragon Ball Z looking thing. Okay? Goddamn Big Trouble in Little China. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that stupid rock either. I'm not talking about that rock that they go around and all these cats kissing in the hole, which that in and of itself looks kind of sugary. They go around the rock, spinning around, kissing inside of a hole. That's the God of Islam right there. That dumb stone, that cobblestone, that rock. And that fat little Krillin thing from Dragon Ball Z, that little boot, not him either. But it says the God of Jacob. That's the Most High. Okay? The nigga God. And I know these words hurt, and they, I don't give a damn. It's just tough love. It says the God of Jacob. Keep going.
For himself,
Mm-hmm.
whose hope is in the Lord his God.
Whose hope? That's the key word in there. Because that's why you're voting. That's why you're voting. You're voting for hope. You're voting for change, which is what Obama's whole damn, what wasn't that his whole theme to his election, his run? Change. He was riding on that man, on that hope. No, did he? He was going along for change. Newsflash, he didn't change nothing. He actually put us in a deeper hole. No, did he? Made the LGBT stuff lawful in America, right? Which is now Atlanta's Sodom and Gomorrah, if you ask me. Legalizing marijuana. Now these cats are all drug addicts. You understand? It doesn't change anything. Black people are still depressed. Okay, now you're depressed, but now you have the option to go across the street and get you some marijuana in a little container. So much help came from that cat. So much help. But it says, whose hope is in the Lord, not Obama and not politicians. That's the real authority. That's the real power. But you're so goddamn afraid because you want instant results. You want instantaneous results. It's almost like you use the Lord as a genie. Oh, Lord, send me a man. You're rubbing the gut. Oh, Lord, send me a man. Oh, rubbing the lamp. Robin Williams pop out goddamn genie from a lamp. That's what you think the Lord is. You want that instantaneous help. It doesn't come like that. It doesn't happen like that. Keep going.
6, which has made heaven
Mm-hmm.
and earth, the sea,
Mm-hmm.
all that therein,
Mm-hmm.
is which keepeth true forever.
That's right. Keep going.
Verse 7, which executeth judgment for the oppressed.
Say that one more time.
Which executeth judgment for the oppressed.
What does that mean? Which the Lord executeth judgment for the oppressed. What does that mean? Go ahead.
He is going to hold people accountable who have oppressed us and beat our backs.
Exactly. Precept. Officers online. Precept to what the brother just said. The Lord executed judgment for the oppressed. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man hath an ear, let him hear.
Mm-hmm.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Absolutely. Give me the other one. What is it? The vengeance of the Lord? That's it's not up to us. Give me that. Because there's a couple of them too. I like that one too. But that is absolutely the one, bro. The water too. Yeah, it could be that. I think it's yeah. Give me that one first. Let me hear that one. I thought it was Romans 12 and 19. Go ahead, give me that one.
And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Read it again.
And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people.
Is follow the law and serve the Most High. And he's going to take us out of this. And you ain't got to go into no booth. All you have to do is come into class. That's all you have to do. That is coming for us. Go ahead, Mama. So you got it.
Can we also use 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6?
Go ahead and read it.
See, 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble ye.
I wouldn't use it for this particular context, but it is a good precept nonetheless. We're talking about like the Lord doing the wrecking for us, but that is a good precept. Oh yeah, ain't no sweat. Excellent precept, by the way. All right, give me back to ain't no sweat. Give me back to Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to verse. Oh wait, we still in 7. Which judgment? Which executes judgment for the oppressed. I think the verse 7.
Ecclesiastes chapter 34 and verse 7. For a dream hath deceived many.
Oh wait, Salaki, my bad. It was Psalms 146 and 7. My bad, Salaki. All right, we good. Go ahead, brother.
Verse Psalm 146 and verse 7. Mm-hmm. Which executeth judgment for the oppressed, mm-hmm. which giveth food to the hungry, mm-hmm. the Lord looseth the prison.
All of these things that we asked for, which is why we did the exercise earlier, equality, justice, you understand? Brothers in the prison system going through hell, you understand? Being put in there, got brothers on the border locked up in cages, man. The Lord is going to loosen those prisoners. He's going to feed the poor, feed the hungry, and then that judgment, he's going to issue it to Edom on the behalf of the oppressed. That's what's coming, all right? That's justice. That's power. So you want to vote for Kamala? What is she offering that sounds as remarkable and as heavenly as and as fair as this? What is she offering? I'm voting for this right here. I'm voting for this right here. I've already voted. We got the oil on our head. I'm in. What is Kamala going to do? Not a damn thing. That sounds like freedom from a captivity to me. Keep going. Verse 8.
Verse 8, the Lord openeth the eyes of the blind.
The Lord opened the eyes of the blind. Go ahead.
The Lord raiseth them that are bowed down.
All these black people that are bowed down to the ground, you beaten to a bloody pulp, man. We can't even rise our heads up as black people when the oppressor walks past. Keep going.
The Lord loveth the righteous.
The Lord loveth the righteous. Not that wicked Obama and Kamala and Chameleon, none of them. Verse 9.
The Lord preserveth the strength.
Mm-hmm.
He relieveth the fatherless and widow.
Mm-hmm.
But the way of the wicked he turneth upside down. Listen,
there's going to be bloodshed here. He's going to, let me tell you something. The scriptures say the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. You understand? That ain't us. We ain't in power. We ain't telling people what to do. The Lord gonna turn them upside down and inside out, man. You could rest assured that I'm voting for that. I'm definitely voting. I'm on board. Say less. Keep going.
The Lord shall reign forever.
Forever. Not for 4 years. Not 4 scores and 4 years ago. Forever. Keep going.
Even thy God, O Zion, unto all generations. Praise ye the Lord.
Shalom. All generations. That's what we get. That's what we get when we do the right thing. That's what we're getting. Black voters, what in the blue hell are you getting for your vote? The same thing you got in 1964? You've been asking for the same thing, and yet you've gotten nothing. You ain't getting nothing. This sounds more surefire than that thing that you are voting for. And this ain't a dream. This is a reality and a solution to our condition and our problem. The Lord ain't dancing. He ain't dabbing. He ain't pulling out chicken and putting hot sauce on no collard greens. This is clear as crystal. That's what I want. I want justice for Sonia Massey, and I want justice for Sandra Bland, and I want justice for everybody of our brethren and our kinsmen that were unalived. I want justice for our people because that's what we're looking for. That's what we need. And a body camera ain't cutting it. You understand? Weed across the street at the gas station ain't cutting it. OnlyFans ain't cutting it. It's not cutting it. Vape pens and all this. LGBTQ ain't cutting it either. There's an abortion clinic on the corner right next to a church, right next to a liquor store, and then right next to a sneaker store. That ain't cutting it at all. We need better. We need this. And if you a black voter out there, you Hispanic voter out there, Native Indigenous voter out there, and you going, man, I don't know, man. I don't want that to happen. Okay, well, guess what? Go ahead and vote, and then they'll draft your son or your daughter into his war, and then they might not come home. Your child that you wanted to be safe in this country might not come home fighting the war that ain't got nothing to do with him or her because you wanted to vote. Go ahead, Mama Saw.
Did you use did you go to 23 and 43 already?
No, I didn't go there yet. You got something to bring out? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 32 and 43. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people.
That's the better one. The water. That's the one. That's the one. We need that. That's the change, right? That's what changes that cycle. All of that, that's what changes the cycle. Go ahead, brother. Mama Saw, what was the precept again you gave? Deuteronomy 23 and 43. Ain't no sweat. Ain't no sweat. The water. Make sure brothers can hear online. The sister on Facebook said the prince is the son of the king. Okay. Yeah, come on. You said 23:43, right, Mama Saw, just to be clear? Okay, just want to make sure the brother got the precepts right. All right. No. What you wait, what Mama Saw, you said 23 and 43? 32 and 43. The water. No, bro, I got you. No. You good, brother. You good. We were a little perturbed for a second, but it's all right. We got there, brother. It's all right. Ain't no sweat. All right. Anybody, any questions online, Kaya? You see anything? Make sure we're looking at that. And make sure we get the attendance. Make sure y'all sign in for attendance online, so that way we can document it and make sure you get full credit for you attending tonight's class, okay? And if you could, like, share, and subscribe, and comment. That's what we need in order to spread this truth around. It makes no sense that we can share fight videos, but we can't share truth. Share this class to somebody that is voting. Officers online. Share it to somebody that's voting. And let them know that, hey, listen, this brother here, we got some information about voting that you should absolutely pay attention to. Do that tonight. Share it to a voter tonight, a black voter. Say, hey, man, check this out real fast. This brother brought out some information, man, about some good stuff about voting. You should listen to it and see if we can change some people's minds. Let's change this cycle, all right? No sweat. Give me Jeremiah 17 and 4. Let me go a little bit further with this real fast. Anybody else on the conference call? Is it just you, Mama? So I think it's just you. I appreciate that. Oh, coming up, just to make this announcement too. We have a book bag drive coming up. Stay tuned for that. The brother's gonna announce that later tonight. Got a book bag drive down here, Decatur, 3353 Glenwood Road. We got the supplies over here right across from me right now. We're going to make sure that your kids get the supplies that they need. No Biden and no goddamn Kamala Harris. You got that precept for me, bro? I'll go ahead and read it.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Keep going.
And I will cause thee to serve
This is what we are going through right now. The enemy can't be your savior. That's what we're conflicted with. I mentioned this earlier, and I wanted to pull this precept earlier to show you and to crystallize this point. The Lord, because of our disobedience, gave us into the hands of the oppressor, right? For a very specific reason, all right? No different from Egypt. No different. And the reason for that is because we disobeyed him, and now we have to turn back to him so that way he can take us out of it. Because that's the point. So when we read this and we realize what happened, we got to say, damn, he put us into this. Okay, how the hell we get out of it? Remember the days of old. Open your Bible and see why and see what the solution is. Okay? Keep going. Where you have kindled a fire.
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
That's what we did to the Lord, man. That's what happened. You ever disobey one of your parents? You disobey one of your parents, right? This is what happens. They get pissed off at you, and then what do? They punish you. Send you to your room for a certain amount of time, or take something away from you for a certain amount of time. The Lord did that very thing. He took something away from us and put us into a room, into a captivity for a time. That's what he did. That's in the Bible. I'm not making that up. These are not our words. This is coming from the very book that Kamala Harris is going to put her stupid little hand on, and Obama put his ashy hand on when they get sworn in. Do you solemnly swear? They put their hand on it. You understand? The very book that they get sworn in on is the very book that explains what's happening to us. And they don't even open it. We don't even open it. But yet we put our hands on it and we got it. Oh, I know the Lord. Open that damn book up. Open it up. Keep going.
Verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh and arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. The Lord
saith this, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. Now, a lot of times what happens is people use this precept and they want, oh, so y'all, ISUPK trust in the man. Listen, man, we follow Christ. That's our king. The law gives the Lord, the Lord gives the orders and the ordinances and the law, and we follow. And we acknowledge that Christ is our king. You trust in the man, though. You do. You trust Obama. You trust Biden. You trust Trump. A felon, by the way. Convicted felon. Most sisters don't even trust their baby daddy. He may have got locked up twice. You don't trust him with the kid, but you'll vote for a convicted 34 felons, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever the hell that stupid number was, you trust that. Because he's coming with sweet words and candy and hot sauce. Keep going.
Part from the Lord. Verse 6. For he shall be like a heath in the desert.
What is a heath? Yeah, like a tree, like a shrub. In the desert, which means what? Just think about a tumbleweed in the desert. Just blowing right past. Just dry. They ain't got nothing to give you. Can't give you water. Tumbleweed is it's like the throw pillow on your couch. It's just there. The tumbleweed is the decoration for the desert. It's like you expected to see that damn thing. Nobody ever knows what it is. It's just kind of just there. Dry as hell, just going off, blowing in the wind, like nothing. Keep going.
Shall not see when good cometh.
Shall not see when good cometh at all, man. Keep going.
But shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness.
Ain't that what they do? Isn't that not what the so-called white man does? That's what they do. They are the men of the field. They hide in these little places, man, and they'll drip you dry of everything. your resources. Let's not pretend that gentrification is not, let's not pretend like that doesn't exist. Right now, currently, as we speak in Atlanta, rent has gone up. They're moving Negroes out on the outskirts. They're rebuilding certain cities. I seen a Starbucks coming in. I was like, what the hell is this? You know what that means? They on their way, brother. When you see a Starbucks, white folks are coming. Keep going.
In a salt land and not inhabited.
In a salt land and not inhabited. Who the salt of the earth? Us. Us. This ain't our land. This is not our place. We don't belong here. But when you put that spirit on of this country, you think you are from here, which is why you abide and obey the laws of this land. And if you dare go against it, you don't want to displease masses. So you'll, oh no, I'm gonna vote. I'm an American. You ain't nothing. You're a tumbleweed rolling through the goddamn desert, a desolate land, a valley of dry bones, tumbleweeds all over the place, no nourishment, no foundation, no education, no nothing. You are nothing here. We ain't nothing here. But when you open this Bible, it makes us something that we didn't think that we were, which is princes of the power. Every black man, Hispanic man, native indigenous man is greater than your Obamas, greater than your Trumps, and greater than your Bidens, and greater than your Harrises because of the lineage, the bloodline, the very thing that makes us special. But you wouldn't know that because you'll rather pick up a constitution from America versus a constitution for niggas, which is that Bible. That's what you would rather do because it's easier to be white and it's harmful and painful to be black. You scared of that. That's why you voting for hope and voting for change. The Lord said, don't vote. Put your trust in him and you good. But you don't want to do that. What's the wait? What doesn't it say in God we trust on the back of the money? Insulting you again with a pyramid and the eyeball on top of it, insulting you again. You were in Egypt, dummy. It's an insult to you with an eagle. The eagle and the pyramid, interestingly enough, are representations of the two places that we are in the captivity, Egypt and America, and it's on back of money. Why? Because America thinks that they're Egypt, a superpower that did what? What did Egypt do that America did? Go ahead. Enslaved. Correct. That's what they have in common. And it's on the back of your money. And who's on the front of the money? The oppressor. The oppressor. As a constant reminder of what you are right now in this current climate, in this godforsaken place, in this country, man. It's a reminder of what you are. And you got it in your pocket. And you spend it because you think you're free. You're spending the oppressor. You got the oppressor in your pocket and you walk around, and the more of it you have, the more freedom you think you have. That's why you vote for hope. You voting for hope because you want better paying jobs, money, equality. Equality to what? How are you going to be equal if you're better? You want to be equal to a dog? That's what you want? You're voting for equality to come down when you're up? That don't make a lick of sense, man. But it's for power because you want to be white. You want to be accepted by the oppressor. I get it. I understand. I get it. I understand. Guess what? You'll never be accepted. Since we had the right to vote, since the womb, coming out of the damn womb, you will never be accepted. Never. So keep voting for change and keep voting for hope and keep voting for politicians who pretend that they're black in hope for a change that will never come. Go ahead, brother. You good. Listen, we ain't nothing. We ain't nothing. You understand? We ain't nothing. And the quicker you understand that, the better. But however, we're not nothing to them. But we are somebody and something to the Most High. We are his people. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6, one of my favorite precepts. We are his people. That's possessive. That's a noun. It means belonging to. We are special. And we are now degrading ourselves to make ourselves equal to a dog. Now, I know that's harsh and you don't like to hear that, but that's the way it is. You understand? And I'm just saying the dog because that's biblical as well. However, what do you think that Obama, who is an African, by the way, what do you think Kamala, who's a white woman, what do you think Donald Trump and Biden call you behind closed doors? What do you think they call you? Friend, neighbor, my fellow American? Do you think they call you that? Or do you think they call you all of the terms that I can't say because YouTube now has gotten soft? You think they look at you as equal when they implement laws to make you feel less than? They implement things that go against the Lord, abortion, weed, you name it, and you think it's a way out. You think that that's some type of change. Oh, I got the freedom to, I got the right to choose. You are unaliving our lineage. They set up an abortion clinic as a way of making you think that this is some type of freedom. So much so that our parents pass fear down. They go, oh, you don't want to get pregnant at a young age? You ain't ready to be a goddamn, you're not ready to be a parent. You're not ready yet. You're too young. Well, maybe teach them not to have sex. Do that. Teach them sex is marriage in the Bible. You understand? Maybe that'll stop this thing of kids happening with young kids. But they'll set up some type of fear, and then they'll set up a solution. Plan B, you name it. Go ahead. You got something for me, brother? Go ahead.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people to the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people. Above all people. You understand? That is not equality at all. You're voting for something that the oppressors should be pushing. You understand? Just imagine if Christ returned, right? And there was voting, right? They would be voting for that. I want to be equal to them because they on top. Yeah, we are voting to come down and to sit at their table. I don't want to sit at their table. We're too special to sit there. Why? The Olympics is going on right now, right? The basketball team, the track stars, the sisters that do this damn thing with the ball, they throw that. I seen a sister the other day throw a goddamn javelin. I said, damn, we are at a whole nother table. We're not even in the damn building. We outside on the patio. They're indoors. We don't even sit at the same table talent-wise. Skill, we're not even at the same table. It will be a downgrade to sit where they sit at. And you want to eat where they at? I'm good. I'd rather be outside on the patio looking at the view with my brothers and sisters who are all above all the other people that are not Israel at all. That's special. But you go ahead and keep voting and keep looking for change that will never come and keep waiting for some type of beige savior to show up like Kamala Harris and that orange tangerine looking cat Trump and Biden who has dementia, obviously. You keep looking for that like you've been doing since 1964, and I can assure you 20 years from now, you and I will be having the same exact conversation again. And I'm going to ask you the same conversation, the same question I asked earlier. What did it change? What's different? If we are still being unalived on camera 20 years from now, and if we are still killing ourselves and downgrading ourselves and destroying ourselves in the street, there's no hope for us 20 years from now. Maybe you might stop voting, right? Maybe, but you won't. I hope and pray that you understand so you can change the cycle, which is you. Questions in the room? Solid. With that, pass the class over to priest and officer in the Pashkaya.
I was getting cured now. But the LK started one way, on 25th Street, Hall, New York. Room for new brother and sister. The new brother or sister come from school y'all in for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. I hear the sad tale of the world. If they need transportation, keep your arrangement. After 6 months, the brother and sister has interest in a particular person. He or she must get permission from here to speak to the brother and sister. There's another 6 months, which the brother and sister will court so. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from here to marry. Five, which is the commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My Isaac, that means in the Hebrew, him to every city of any increase the Lord gives you. Give you the church department, teach, preach from. We will also preach not manifold. Whatever amount you like to give. The next whole convocation is going to be a memorial of the blowing of the trumpet. That's going to be Wednesday, October 2nd, sundown. You also can find in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 to 25. And my Akim, I walking and check the books aboard hallway. If any brother wants to be trooper in the school, wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf, they give one person 2 men. Men as well, Mike. I might spot. Mike. Rock. Y'all by Shem y'all shop at the star. While we say the Hebrew is trying to English, may the most high name of Christ bless you. Y'all will top your hands down. Also, if you have one person to switch online. Men as well, Mike spot. Mike. Rock. Y'all Shema at the star by Shem y'all shop. Like I said, the sister online, may the most high watch over you in the name of Christ. Y'all must stop, man. Down.